Well, hello, my creative peeps. It's Craftin' Just Because with Chris Cowan. And I am here today to bring you a Halloween treat box. So we're going to use the stamp set. I'm just using the Happy Halloween. I'm going to use one of these little tags from the Spooky Halloween Designer Series paper. I'm also using this scrap of Designer Series paper. And then I'm coordinating it with the Cheers and Sips Designer Series paper, this piece in particular, but we're going to be using this side. So let's go ahead and get started. First, let's cut our pieces and then we'll stamp because I need to cut this sheet. We need to cut a tag. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully great. Okay. So let's first cut this piece up. I'm going to cut this right. We want the green tag, so I'm going to cut here, and then I'm going to cut here. Okay. And then there. There's our green tag that we wanted. And then, whoa, almost had a little fall with my Designer Series paper. Okay. Next, we want to cut down a 12 by 12 piece of paper to 10 by 10. So we're going to cut this at 10 inches and then rotate it and cut it at 10 inches on the other side. Okay. And then we want to score on one of the sides at 2 inches. And at 8 inches. Okay. Then we're going to rotate it 90 degrees and we're going to score it at 4 inches. And at 6 inches. Okay, now we're just going to set that aside for just a minute. Then we're going to come in with this piece of Designer Series paper, and I need to cut 2 pieces that are 6 inches. So we're going to cut off a little bit of that, and then by 1.5. And I'm hoping, oh, it's perfect. It's 1.5. It's a 3-inch piece. Awesome. Okay, and then what we're going to do is on this 1.5 inch side, we are going to score it right in half at 3/4 of an inch on both pieces. Perfect. Okay, so that's all the cutting we need to do. Now your friend is going to be a bone folder. We're going to do some burnishing, and then there's no more cutting, but we are going to use some liquid glue to put this together. But before we do that, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. I think this will fit perfectly on here. I should better check. Oh, yep, it does. I've already sent some Happy Halloween treats out to some people that live further away just to get them in the holiday spirit. So it's fun to make a little early. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that down. Just like that. Perfection. Let me wipe that off really quick. Okay. Next, we are going to fold and burnish our pieces here. Okay, so the first piece, we're just going to fold this right in half. Burnish that down. Set aside for later. Burnish this down. set aside for later. Okay, now we're gonna fold and burnish our pieces here. Okay, so next what we're gonna do is we want to take this corner and put it flush against here and then burnish. So I'm going to stick my finger right there, right where the crease happens. I'm going to push that down, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and run it down like that, okay? And I'm going to do that on this side and this side. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put my corner right where the crease hits and push down. Okay, so it kind of forms like a little pocket here, okay? Let's do the same thing on this side. And then this piece. Okay. Perfect. So next what we want to do is we're going to glue this odd shape right here down. So I'm going to put glue from the diagonal all the way up like that. And we're going to do that on the 4 corners. Okay. So see how it formed like a little pocket right here? Now we're going to do this side too. What's nice about this is it can fold flat. So I'll show you here what I mean by that. So if you weren't using right now, you could just fold it up like this, okay, if you wanted to. But I'm gonna finish putting it all together for you. So now we're gonna add our little pieces here. So I'm gonna add glue onto the entirety of that piece. And this just reinforces it because we're gonna poke some holes in it to put that ribbon through. Okay. Do the same thing on this side. Okay. Then next, what we're going to do is I'm going to mark this with a pencil. I want to put, let's see here. I'm going to mark a spot here and here. So right where those two pieces like overlap, and we're going to take our hole punch. I'm using a Crop-A-Dile. We're going to put these two pieces together. Oh, I should have done it on this side. Hold on. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? I won't be able to see that. Okay. We're going to put both these together. And I'm going to poke a hole right where I made those X's. Okay. Just like that. So now we're gonna thread our ribbon through. And you could still keep the ribbon with this even after you fold it flat. Oh, come on. That was silly. Okay. So I'm not going to tie it in a knot. I'm just going to tie it just to make it cute for right now. Sorry if I'm off camera, you guys. I'm trying to get it tight. Okay. And then we're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to add our little piece of our sentiment here. And then we're just going to take all of our backings off. Whoops. Okay. And then we'll and you can add other embellishments if you need to. I just thought that was simple enough. But it's a good size little treat box. You could probably put some full-size candy bars in there if you wanted to gift those to a special someone. I think I'm going to make one more and make them for my son and daughter-in-law for Halloween. So thank you guys for joining me today. As always, I always have fun crafting with you. And until next time, my creative peeps, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, stay awesome. Bye-bye.